Welcome back to our design segment of the show, Fresh. Again, the show that's all about food, entertainment, design, wellness, and green living. With us, Gene Miller from GM Homes. Gene, good to be back here in a home that you've been working on for a while, and you're making some steady progress, aren't you?
Yes, we are. Things are rolling around nicely here for us. And the drywallers just got out of here yesterday, and they finished the drywall process.
Now, that's a very important process. I think you referred to it one of the last shows that, you got to get this down right, because if it's not right, it will show up later, won't it?
Yeah, that's correct. With a lot of big windows like we have in this home, there's a lot of light that comes in the house, and if a drywall finishing process is not done correctly, it will show up and you'll have a not so nice looking home. So when we do the process, we feather our joints out. Here, let's back.
Yeah, over here. You bet.
Here, we feather these out, a couple feet wide, so that it's really nice and smooth. And then when the light comes across there, you don't pick up that joint line. And also, same with the seams here. They're feathered out nicely. We put 3 coats of drywall mud on here, sanding in between each coat, and making sure that we don't miss anything.
It's really an art form, isn't it, to do that well?
Yes, there's only a few people, I consider them craftsmen, that can do that fine of a job. A lot of people can, get the mud on there and make it look halfway decent, but making it look like it's one big sheet is an art.
Now, with the beauty that comes with doing that, the art, comes the mess on the floor. What's going to happen here over the next week?
Well, I mentioned that they sand the floor or sand the walls 3 different times, so it creates a lot of dust. So we bring our staff in here for 2 days and just clean the entire house. We take a brush and brush all the dust off the windows, off the window frame, clean underneath all the walls here where the dust settles down low, and clean all the floors with a vacuum. We also have the cold air returns that we make sure that we get our vacuum down in there, get all that dust out, because it'll come out later into the heating system if we don't. So part of cleaning all that properly, the reason we do that is because the next step is the painting process. And we want to make sure that none of that dust goes up into the paint and gets onto the walls.
This is an art form, working with the drywall and getting it mudded properly and sanded. The painting, though, is probably as much an art as anything. And like you say, it has to be done right, because if it's not done right, it will develop some problems down the road.
Yes, that's correct. It's just like, paint shops have controlled paint booths that doesn't let any dust into the paint booth. We don't have such a controlled environment, so we have to do our very best to eliminate all that dust.
Well, it's really shaping up, Gene. This is one beautiful home east of Elkhart, and when we come back in another week, we're going to see a lot more progress. And Gene, you told me you're at the stage right now where things are really beginning to pick up steam, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. The painters will be in here in a couple days, and they'll start with priming the walls and giving it 2 coats of paint.
All right, well, that's really where we'll pick up next week, is the painting process. After the painting comes the flooring, the cabinets, the trim. We'll get into that later on here in our segment with GM Homes. And Gene, you just keep up the good work here, and it is getting exciting. And folks next week are really going to get a treat. They're going to be treated to a wonderful display of some artists in action as they paint this beautiful home inside.
Well, thanks a lot, and we'll keep up the good work, and we look forward to having you guys back next week, and we're just going to continue to get this done at a really quality job for the homeowner.
All right, if you want quality work, there's just really one place to go, and that's GM Homes, and this is the guy right here, Gene Miller. You can go to our website, myfresh.tv, to find out more. There's a link to the GM Homes website, and you can go up there and look at the beautiful homes that Gene has built over the last year or two. They're just magnificent. Well, we'll be back in just a little bit with more, and Gene, we'll see you next time. All right, take care.